Welcome back to another exciting episode of Four Wolves Takes, where your boy, Artis Woods, will bring you four fresh Minnesota Timberwolves takes like usual. As always, it is an honor and a privilege to be in front of you all today on this lovely Saturday morning for you, Friday evening for me. Again, welcome back to another exciting episode of Four Wolves Takes, where the Wolves continue to improve, continue to elevate, continue to impress as they advance to the second round of the NBA playoffs. Let's give them another round of applause. And to be honest, it was looking like BTA. Wolves in 5? It was looking like BTA. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that on this show. Sorry if I wasn't. But it was looking like BTA, man. 5 games is all it took. I thought LeBron and Luka, I thought 6, 7. 5 games? It's crazy. But before I get into today's episode, I just want to run down the text from the previous episode, because I came on this show and I said if the Wolves do these 4 things effectively, they will beat the Lakers and advance to the second round. Now, I know I also came out last episode and admitted, hey, guys, I grew up a Laker fan, grew up a Kobe Bryant fan. So just know what it is. We had some Laker fans in the comments commenting on my takes like I didn't know what I was talking about. And I'm like, look, y'all, I watch the Lakers too. I rock with the Lakers too. If anybody know them, it's me. I had somebody tell me I didn't know. They told me it's easy to say attack Luka, but the Wolves tried to do that last season, and what happened? I had somebody else in the comment section say he really brought up Julius Randle as one of the stars in this series. You know, it was a lot of things said. I saw it all. Didn't say nothing. I saw it all. I'm like, all right, we'll see how this series unfolds. Let's take a look at these takes, man. Take number 1, attack Luka. They did it all series long. They did it all series long from start to finish. They got any switch they wanted. Any player they wanted to get a bucket, they went out there and got that bucket with Luka Doncic defending, but also attacked him on offense when the Lakers had the ball, harassing him 94 feet. It didn't matter who switched on them. It was solid defense. They were physical all series long. They attacked Luka at every turn in this series, and we saw that take shape as the series unfolded. So that was one. I'll get to this one in a little bit, because I got a hot take about Julius Randle that I'm gonna get to on my takes for today. But I did say Julius Randle must make his presence felt, and boy was his presence felt. Like I said, I'll get to that in a little bit. But Julius Randle was serious all series long. The boy hooped all series long. I don't really remember the man having an off day all series long. But again, I'll get to that in a little bit. The third take, I said, Anthony Edwards has to attack the basket. Don't settle for too many threes in this series. That's what the Lakers want you to do. They are undersized. So, Ant, the lane is going to be there. Nobody on the perimeter can guard you. So the lane is going to be there. And guess what's also going to be there? The drive and kick, because they're going to collapse on you. They try to stop you from scoring. That's going to give guys like Mike Conley open looks. Dante DiVincenzo, open looks. Julius Randle, open looks. Jaden McDaniels, open looks. Naz Reid, open looks on the outside. And we saw a ton of that in this series. A ton of it, nonstop in this series. Drive and kick, and if you didn't collapse on Anthony Edwards, it was a dunk in the lane or a layup, Euro step, finger roll in the lane. And the last take I had for the Timberwolves to advance over the Lakers, get out in transition and run. Force a stop and run. How many times did we watch this series and we see a block shot, a turnover, and Luka Doncic complaining and crying to the referees? LeBron James not getting back on defense, crying to the referees, right? Austin Reeves looking out of sorts, looking at the referees. Guys not getting back. How many 2-against-1s, 3-against-2s did the Wolves have? How many fast break points did we see them register in this series? It was a dominating performance for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So to wrap that series up, I got a couple takes. A couple takes to wrap that series up before we move on to the next one. Now, let me just say before I get to these takes, at the time that I'm recording this, I do not know. I am unsure of who the Wolves will play in the next round. I'm recording this before that game starts, the Warriors and the Rockets game. My assumption, because we don't see 3-1 leads given up often, my assumption is that the Warriors get it done at home today. So some of my takes will be in regards to that, but I'll also talk a bit about the Rockets because you just never know. But my assumption is that the Warriors are going to get this done. But first take of the day, like I said, to wrap up the Lakers series, Anthony Edwards should be the face of the NBA. Now, he might not like this take. He might not want this. But I think Anthony Edwards should be the new face of the league. Anthony Edwards elevates every postseason. Every postseason. Whether they get out of the round or not, Anthony Edwards is normally on point. This series, you got about 27 points from him, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. Anthony Edwards shot 42% from the field, 33% from the three-point line. Now, the shooting percentages are kind of low, but if you watched his impact in this series, his impact on this series was felt nonstop. And beyond this series, we got to start putting him in a certain class. We've seen this man now take out LeBron James and Luka Doncic. We've seen this man now take out Jokic and Jamal Murray. We have seen this man take out Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. In back-to-back seasons, it has happened. It has happened. Now, granted, we don't want to give, I'm going to give a lot of other players credit. This isn't all about Anthony Edwards. Obviously, you need help to get through all of these playoff series, but he is the leader. He is the star of the team. Without him, these things don't happen. So for him to go up against these juggernauts as players, these Hall of Fame level players, I mean, he's knocking out legend after legend. And Steph Curry might be next. Again, I'll get to that in a little bit. But if you knock out Steph and you knock out LeBron, who else is the face of the league? I mean, you knocked out Luka. Is it Jokic? I don't know if Jokic has the game, but I don't know if he has the marketability as the Anthony Edwards. I mean, we see Anthony Edwards knock out the Los Angeles Lakers and stroll on the streets of LA talking trash with cameras and media all around him. We see not only the stats, the play style, the swag. We talk about it all the time, the aura. He has it. He is one of them people that say, hey, we want to market the game after this guy. On top of everything, too. Something else I don't really talk about, but I'm just going to bring up. The man might just have the best shoe commercials out right now. I'm just saying, the man is in every commercial, and he got some of the best shoe commercials. There was a point in time where I felt like that had kind of fallen off amongst the greats in the game, where the shoe commercials wasn't as hot anymore. But Anthony Edwards has brought that back in full effect. He's brought it back in full effect. It's just, at this point in his career, yes, you want to see him accomplish more. Yes, you want to see him win the West, win the championship. But I can't think of a better person to get the face of the league too right now. I just can't. And you could throw Jason Tatum in there as well, because Jason Tatum is a champion and could go on to win another one. I mean, the Celtics are favored to win right now, right? So they could go on to win another one, but Jason Tatum isn't nearly as marketable as Anthony Edwards. The pace that Anthony Edwards is on right now, knocking off these legends in the Western Conference, I think Anthony Edwards, the way he is playing, the way he is leading, I think he should be the new face of the NBA. Like I said, he might not want that, but I think that's what his play, his aura, his swag, I think that's what it calls for. Take number 2. This one, now listen, this one going to be a little hot. I don't know how many of y'all are going to agree with this take. But again, as somebody who rocks with the Lakers, rocks with the Wolves, and somebody who circled this before this series started, I knew he would be a massive X factor in this series. For him to play the way he played in this series, I had to do it. Take number 2. Julius Randle was the MVP of the first round. Yes, I said it. I think Julius Randle was the MVP for the Wolves in the first round of this playoff run. I'm going to tell you why. Granted, you got great games from Jaden McDaniels. You got great games from Anthony Edwards. Don't want to take away from anything anyone else did. This was a great overall performance. The defense was all over the place. They were scrappy. You know what I mean? But the impact of Julius Randle in this series, first off, about 23 points a game. Again, we round up for Wolves players. Three rebounds, 4 assists, about a steal a game. Not only was it the numbers and him showing, we had questions about him showing up in the playoffs. We did because we hadn't seen it. But not only was it about the numbers, it was about the effect that he had on the Lakers. One of the Lakers' biggest issues in this series is the Lakers are simply too small, which is why I said Julius Randle has an opportunity to dominate this series. He has an opportunity to absolutely smoke the Lakers in this series because they don't have a clear matchup for him. They don't. Sure, LeBron is a decent matchup, but after a while, LeBron's going to wear down, as we saw. After a while, he's going to wear down, right? And Julius Randle is going to have the opportunity to dominate, and that is exactly what he did in this series on both sides of the ball. Defensively, we saw him switching out on the perimeter on Luka, defending Luka and shutting him down. Luka not really being able to get anything. Yes, he got a couple of fouls, shooting three-pointers and things of that nature. Maybe Julius was a little extra aggressive in times where he shouldn't have been. Right? But literally, Luka couldn't move. Getting switches on LeBron. LeBron struggling until he got the shot going from the outside. LeBron had his best games shooting the basketball, not attacking the paint. Right? So you got that going for you on the defensive side of the ball. Offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. That was there in this series. And it was a big deal as we saw throughout this series. On the other side of the ball, offensively, anytime the Wolves were in trouble, it seemed like he hit a timely three, a timely jump shot, a timely post fade. And most importantly, a part of the reason why the Lakers played as small as they played is because of Julius Randle. A part of the reason why Jackson Hayes was not in the game is because when he was in the game, Julius Randle did his thing on Jackson Hayes. Julius Randle got buckets whenever he wanted to. Julius Randle got Jackson Hayes in foul trouble. Julius Randle got in Jackson Hayes' head to the point where JJ said, you know what? I don't want him out there at all. Now, I think on the Lakers side, I think that was asinine. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I think that was one of the, I think that was one of the greatest coaching blenders I've ever seen. And don't want to be too harsh on JJ, first-year head coach. We understand it. But to play the small ball lineup all the way through the second half of game 4, then to start that same small ball lineup in game 5, the same lineup you ran into the dirt in game 4, and not play Julius Randle and bring in Max Kleber, however you say his name. Sorry to him for saying his name wrong. I know I didn't say it right. But bringing him in for 5 minutes, if you're going to play the man, play the man. But Julius Randle had a lot to do with that. And any time to start game 5, we saw Luka Doncic lined up on Julius Randle. And every time you saw that matchup, two quick fouls on Luka. Like, Julius got whatever he wanted in this series, and he beat up on Bron nonstop, made it hard on LeBron. I just think overall, when you look at the stats and you eye test it, the impact on the game, other guys had massive impact as well. But they don't win this series without Julius Randle. They do not win this series without Julius Randle. And you also have to think about this before I move on to my third take. Last year, when the Wolves had to see Luka Doncic, all of those games, with the exception of one, the final game of the series, game 5, all of them came down to the fourth quarter. Every last one of them, similar to this series, with the exception of, game 1. For the most part, all of these games came down to the wire. One of the biggest differences from that series to this series is in the series last year against the Mavs in the conference finals, the number 2 for the Wolves, Karl-Anthony Towns, for the most part, with the exception of one game, I believe it was game 4, he was nowhere to be found. He was nowhere. He couldn't make a shot. Was getting in foul trouble. He was not himself the entire series for the most part. Julius Randle now, as the number 2, he had games where he looked like he was the best player on the floor. I think Julius Randle was the MVP for the Wolves in this series. I genuinely do. When it comes to impact and everything he did, I believe Julius Randle was the MVP of this series. But somebody else I cannot fail to mention, Jaden McDaniels, my goodness. Jaden McDaniels, my goodness. I think Jaden McDaniels should take 12 to 15 shots a game. 12 to 15 shots a game. I think an aggressive Jaden McDaniels is the Jaden McDaniels that we need to see more often. The confident Jaden McDaniels is the Jaden McDaniels we need to see more often. I think it ignites his defense more. I think it ignites the team. I think when he's playing like that, they are extremely hard to beat. We saw twice in this series, he lead the team in scoring. 25 points in game 1, 30 points in game 2. 30 points in game 3 of this series. Jaden McDaniels in game 1 shot 11 for 13 from the field with 9 rebounds. In game 3, 13 of 22 from the field, 5 rebounds. And then he had a 16-point game in game 4, 6 of 11 from the field. The thing I like about Jaden McDaniels' his game is he doesn't take dumb shots. That's why I want him to take 12 to 15, because I know his 12 to 15 shots will be smart, effective, and efficient shots. He's not going to go out there just jacking the ball up, throwing up anything, flopping for calls. He takes really smart shots. I just want him to continue this level of aggression, because when he's playing at that level, bro, they are tough. He's a lengthy guy. He's a tough guy to contest off of a jump shot. Anthony Edwards dribble drive to him wide open in that corner, right or left, or even on the wing. I want him to take that shot every time. The more confident he is, the better. The more shots he takes, the better he tends to play. We saw, granted, game 2, he took 11 shots. He only made 3, right? The last game of the series, shot 4 shots. He shot 50%. He was 2 of 4, 8 points. But the more shots he takes, the better he plays. I believe on both sides of the basketball. And they don't lose games if he dropping 20 to 25 to 30. I mean, if you look at the box score, you don't even have to watch the game. I guarantee y'all. In this playoffs, if he scored 25 to 30 points, it's a win. Count it as a win. Now, I'm not saying just because he takes this many shots, this is the amount of points he's going to score. But what I'm saying is an aggressive Jaden McDaniels is great for the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I think he should stay as aggressive as possible when he's out there with this team. No matter who they're playing against, no matter who his matchup is. Because I'm going to tell you, Jaden is not going to go up against a bunch of guys that are like A1 defensive aces in the league. That's just not how teams are going to play the Wolves. Most teams are going to live and die by, hey, if Jaden kills us, we just going to have to live with that. I'm telling you. I think we saw later on in this series, I saw LeBron coming down court matching up with him a little bit more, because it's like, yo, the man is kind of becoming an X factor for these guys, kind of unexpectedly. So we saw LeBron match up with him a little bit, but even then, attack him too. He attacked him too. Get him in foul trouble if need be. But Jaden had a special series, and I want to listen. We have been asking Jaden, and I think this season he has, down the stretch of the season, we've been wanting Jaden to take this step. Now that I've seen this, I got to see it consistently now. I ain't saying going for 25 to 30 every game, but that level of aggression, I want to see more times than not. And last take of the day, I think the Wolves are Western Conference Finals bound. I do believe they are Western Conference Finals bound. And the reason why I say that is because no matter who they match up with next round, whether it be the Warriors or the Rockets, I don't see either one of those teams beating the Minnesota Timberwolves if they continue to play the way they've been playing. Like, I honestly don't see it. The Wolves have a lot of the same issues. The Warriors have a lot of the same issues that the Lakers just had from the standpoint of size, right? Now, don't get me wrong. They have better defenders for sure. They have a guy that maybe should have won Defensive Player of the Year in Draymond Green. They have Jimmy Butler, who is also a defensive ace and just an all-around baller, especially in the postseason. They got guys that can defend. And if need be, I know they haven't played him in a while, but they could throw Looney out there to help with size. But for the most part, they like to run small ball lineups as well. Moody, Steph, Jimmy, Draymond, you know what I mean? Buddy Hield. Like, they like to run Gary Payton Jr. Like, they like to run small ball lineups as well. Lineups that Rudy, as we just saw, can exploit. Now, again, Draymond Green is a different beast. But Draymond can't guard everybody down there. So again, Julius Randle, I think, should eat in this series. If they play Golden State, I think Julius Randle should eat in this series. And then when it comes to the Rockets, I'm sorry. I just don't. First off, like I said, I don't think they're going to get through this series. I think they lose to the Warriors. But let's just say for hypothetically speaking, if you guys are seeing this and somehow, some way the Rockets have won and it's going 7 and they somehow win game 7, I'm not worried about the Rockets either. Like, when I look at them, their defense is solid. I do like their defense a lot. But offensively, like, I don't really trust their go-to guys. I don't think the Rockets are ready yet. Fred VanVleet, he's very hit or miss. Jalen Green, he had to sit for a whole dang near fourth quarter in game, what was it, 4 of this series against the Warriors, where they went down 3-1. Game coming down to the wire, and maybe your best offensive player or second best offensive player isn't even on the floor because he struggles with half-court offense. Sengun is cool. I think Sengun can play. Nothing wrong with that. But the Wolves have multiple different guys that can throw at him, from Randle to Rudy to Reed. Like, I just think the depth of the Wolves will give both of these teams problems. I think the Rockets lack experience. I know that if they get past the Warriors, I guess you can kind of take that out of it, right? But I just don't think they offensively have enough to hang with the Wolves in this game series. And I think the Warriors are too small. On top of that, Anthony Edwards been clamoring for this matchup with Steph and Draymond. He's been wanting to play Draymond in the playoffs for quite some time. So if that's the matchup, that's must-see TV. But I don't see the Wolves losing to either one of those teams. With the way they just played LA, now they play the Warriors, it's going to be harder. Like I said, it's going to be tougher. I think Jimmy going to give him a hard time. Steph is going to be Steph, but you got a lot of different guys you could throw at Steph as well. You know what I mean? You got to make sure you're on your toes because, he moving without the ball nonstop. But outside of that, I think the Warriors can be had. The mere fact that this series with the Rockets it could go 6 or is going 6, give me the Wolves in the Western Conference Finals. And we'll see who they play at that point, whether it be Denver, the Clippers, OKC. We'll see. 'Cause I think all of those matchups, by the way, would be great. Just saying. I think all of those matchups would be insane. But that is all I have for you guys today on this episode of 4 Wolves Takes. And I have an announcement to make. I have something to tell you guys. This is a bittersweet moment for me. This is the last 4 Wolves Takes episode that you will get from yours truly, Artis Woods, because this is my last day here at Score North. Like I said, bittersweet moment for me. I am headed in a new direction, a different direction, a direction that I am excited about, but I am leaving Score North. So you guys will see me around. I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything like that, but you guys will see me around. I'm not going too far, but I am leaving Score North. So this will no longer be a thing. I want to take this time to thank the fans, yo, because I wasn't sure y'all was going to rock with the guy from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. When I came out here, I'm like, I don't know. I know I can do this. I know I have talent, but we'll just see how they take me. And y'all treated me like family from day one, from Taxi Squad days all the way to 4 Wolves Takes through this season, through last season. So I appreciate the loyal people that have been behind Artis Woods online and in person. A lot of y'all make yourselves, known in person as well. And I truly appreciate it. And I love all of y'all and appreciate all of y'all's support. And I also want to give a shout out to the people here at Score North. Phil Mackey in the background, if I could get the thing right. There we go. There we go. Phil Mackey in the background, the man who opened the door for me to get this opportunity to work for this amazing company. He didn't have to do that, but he opened the door for me, some guy that he did not know with not a ton of experience. So I'm over the moon and appreciative to him for the opportunity. Of course, there is Ross. Shout out to Ross for helping me with this process. AJ Fredrickson, I would not be who I am at Score without him. He's helped me in more ways than y'all will ever know. So shout out to AJ Fredrickson, man. He's been an amazing coworker to work with. Jason, who was the host of Taxi Squad, Jason Stormer, he was amazing as well. Another producer that really helped me out along the way. Manny Hill, shout out to Manny Hill. Grant, shout out to Grant Wangstern. I know I messed up his last name. Sorry, Grant, my guy. But everybody that was here, a part of this process here at Score North, everybody here is family to me. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the fans. And I love all y'all, man. I love all y'all. So, yeah, bittersweet moment for me. This is it, y'all. I hate that it had to be during the playoffs. But, hey, man, life, when it takes you in a different direction, sometimes you just got to move in that direction. So, again, man, shout out to the Wolves for getting to the second round of the postseason. Shout out to Score North. Shout out to the 4 Wolves Takes fans, the fans of myself. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And as always, it has been an honor. It has been a privilege to step in front of y'all as much as possible and deliver fresh Minnesota Timberwolves takes. I hope y'all have enjoyed the show. I hope y'all have enjoyed my time with you, because I've dang sure enjoyed my time with you all. And this season, goodbye. I'll see you later.